Welcome back to another walk around and test drive video at Coyote Classics. I'm Dalton, that's my father Chad, and today we're checking out this 1967 Firebird Convertible. Now this is a really good car. We both felt that way from the first time we drove it. Just how it handles, the interior, the overall appearance, just a nice car. You can tell we're in Iowa.
I don't know if you said this or not, Dalton, but this is a 326 two-barrel, and as I revved it up, it still kind of had a nice little rumble to it.
We were impressed with it when we drove it the first time too, with the power that it had.
Look at that.
Yeah, nice under the hood. Just kind of original appearing, nice car. Take it to a local car show, cruise night. Not perfect, but a really good look. And just a good, solid car mechanically as well.
I'm going to kind of call this a little more of a survivor. I mean, no one's ever took anything out, put a four-barrel on or nothing like that. That's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Still has the two-speed power, or that's not a power glide. It's Pontiac had their own version of it.
XIII or something.
Yeah, this still has a two-speed transmission, power steering, power brakes, which are really nice. But here's some of the things that I'm going to put as downfall to the car, which makes it a survivor. Bottom of the hood is all the original paint still. You know, that wouldn't take much to clean up. Down in here, the door jambs and just the inner fender pieces, the paint is not as nice as the repaint that was done 20 years ago on the outside.
Yep.
Other than that, this is a good car.
It is. I like the PMD rallies. We spent a while since we had a 7.8 convertible. We've had a couple of hard tops, but the convertibles are awfully neat.
You know, we had a choice to go ahead and put the chin spoiler, the rear spoiler. You know, we could have done that. But this car is just so stock as a 326 two-barrel, nice orange, original black interior too, which we'll get to. So we just thought we'd leave it alone, buff it, clean it, check it in, and let the next guy do what he wants to do with it.
I love these too on the headlights, the little half moons.
Oh,
kind of cool.
I didn't even notice that. How's that for headlights at night though, D?
I don't know.
All right, so some of the flaws, and we're gonna point those out for you guys. There's a little paint crack here. You can just barely feel it. It's not like Bondo or anything like that. It's just in the paint. Really nice gap from front to back. And I'm guessing as far as the paint goes, I'm saying it was probably done in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. Still has a good shine though. Have a little tiny paint chip right here that's been touched up. Front bumper is excellent. Windshield looks good. Chrome around the windshield all looks original. On the top here, there's some surface rust on that top piece. Even the package, the front cowl pan all looks nice. The paint's nice there. Really nice gap from top to bottom here on the passenger side. Lower passenger fender is excellent. And really the door is great too. It's got just a little tiny little bubble right here at the very, very back, but very minute. Front edge of that quarter panel is excellent. Body line lines up nice. Over the wheel well is great.
And here's the thing to kind of touch on too, just in general with some of the YouTube comments and things with just the pricing in the new market, right? Some of these cars are putting up and I see things, oh, that's 15,000 bucks. Maybe 15, 20 years ago, but the way the market is, you can't find a roller, like this car, for example, right? Let's say you want a Firebird and you don't want to spend more than 10 grand. You're not going to find one. You might find one for 13,000 bucks that doesn't run and sitting in the weeds. You know, so these cars' values have gone up. But so
you can't please everyone, Big
No,
D.
you can't, but it's just a good educational thing. Go online and see what things are bringing. Go on Facebook Marketplace, right?
That's
they don't have to be perfect.
We are always
Correct.
Under our competition, we like to feel.
Yep.
Always.
So
and then we still check them over and do some things.
Yep, but for people that haven't watched the market real close and are still expecting the prices of 20 years ago, just go on, do some checking and kind of educate yourself.
Before you make a comment.
Yeah, on what some of these are bringing.
You're going to get some hate on this, T.
No, it's just a good, just a good learning lesson.
No, seriously. I mean, it goes with everything, you know? I mean, everything's freaking higher than it was 2 years ago.
Well, look at, try to buy a new pickup, right? And those still have issues brand new, but you want to buy a new diesel pickup, you're going to spend $110,000.
I just looked at one the other day. It wasn't even a diesel. It was just a cool black Dodge, $97,000.
That's crazy. So anymore, you know, for a nice classic that holds its value, 40, 50,000 bucks, you know, it's a lot of bang for the buck and they hold their value.
Got it. Let's get back to the car.
Yeah.
Thanks, though. Front bumper, back bumper, both have been re-chromed. Beautiful. So are the taillights. The taillights look great. That's another thing. The trunk lid lines up so good on both sides. I didn't want to ruin it with a spoiler, drilling holes. The back pan's nice. The more I look at this one, I think this one's going to sell really fast for what we have it priced at, D.
I think so too.
Over the wheel wells, excellent. Tires look good. Cooper Cobra radials. We went ahead and had these 14-inch wheels. We took the other wheels that were on it, painted these, and put these on. Those PMDs really helped the car out. One of the shortcomings of the car, as I mentioned when we were under the hood, the door jamb paint. Window felts were done when it was redone, and so were the rubbers. But the door jamb paint right here, and just this little corner, you can see they put some seam seal in here in the corner. Not bad. You still have the original lip, but it has had some work. And the door jamb paint is just not as shiny and nice as the rest of the car. Now, as we go into the interior, the dash pad is perfect. The paint on the dash, the wood grain's nice. It does have the original steering wheel. How hard, you know, that doesn't happen every day. Original AM radio still in the dash. Factory console. This was a better car, even though it had a 326 two-barrel. Came with the buckets and console. Some would have had a bench seat column shift or buckets column shift. Another reason I feel that this is the original interior, I can tell by the carpet. That carpet has never been changed out. I mean, you can just see.
Yep.
But right here, like this little seam, there's not a like split. It's just the stitching's wore out.
Separating a little bit. And then it's always telltale sign. You look here, you can even see like some of the fabric. If you ever bought a reproduction seat cover, they don't look like that.
Yeah, good point, D. It's got the factory GM seat belts, back seat, front seats, door panels are all in great shape.
Just a good, well-kept car. And it drives like a very original car too, just by the way it handles. And
I'm excited about driving it again. Even, both doors really tuck in nice. As we look up and down the side, even though this paint's probably 20 years old, very straight. The boys did a nice job cleaning it and buffing it out. Again, trunk lid, very nice. Is this a power top or manual?
Manual top. I was just going to show them how easy it goes
up. Yeah, let's do it.
You got your clip in there.
Yeah, it's got a little clip here, guys. See right here? It's factory clip. Pull that up. You good, D? One person, one hand, no power. You don't need it.
I prefer manual top because you don't have, to do all the electronics, the leaking of it, and they go up a lot faster than a power top. Look how fast that goes up and down, too.
And it clicks right in very nicely.
Yep.
Just like that, right?
Yep, there's a little...
There, like that, clicked in. Now, the only thing is, if you don't know what you're doing and you don't do these clips first, so many people break them off.
Yeah.
Right? Here's another thing, I didn't notice this, but again, original seat. I would get somebody to sew this and just sew both of those things because the seats are awesome. Little tiny very little split right there. Back of the hood lines up nice. Bubbles, there is a couple, nothing for bubbles on the lower fender. A couple very small ones on the front edge of the door. And there's a couple right here. One right here on this lower quarter. And a couple like right on that small part of that door. Other than that, doors open and close, nice. You can tell this door, you got some bubbles on the outside and you have a little bit of Bondo and a little body work here on the inside. So if a guy wants to make it perfect, you'd want to go ahead and clean that door up and do a little new metal there. But as old as this paint is, and that's all the worst it's got in 15, 20, 25, 30 years, I wouldn't worry about it. Again, door jambs look okay. There's your factory VIN. I'm sure Shay will decode this and all the colors and everything.
All the decodes will be on our website and also in the description of the YouTube video.
Let's drive it, should we? Even with this big Pontiac wheel, my legs fit in here really, really great. You don't have to, I'm going to point this out. You don't have to have, look at all that room. You don't have to have a tilt in this.
No.
Here's another thing we kind of like. Look at those gauges.
Yeah, full digital, they're nice.
I'm going to go check this first. Heater fan works. Wipers work. And park correctly. We couldn't be lucky enough to have the radio work, could we? It turns good. In good shape, ain't it? We'll leave it on just in case a miracle happens. Horn works. And these gauges here I was starting to talk about, you got your temp. Everything's kind of digital here. They even change colors, see that?
Yeah, it's cool. They kind of go from red to... And there's like a little button thing. Got a tack in there, which is nice.
Justin said it bounces around a little bit, but I don't think it's bad. It's right. What's that, oil pressure?
Get oil pressure.
Yeah, that old 326, 40 pounds of oil pressure.
Nice.
Revs right up to 60. Gas gauge works. I think we might have adjusted the kickdown too. That kickdown switch was on the, it's on the carburetor.
Good.
That was bad, so we put a new one on it. Hopefully that worked. The dash is just so clean. It's a 128,000 mile car. At least the odometer shows 28. I can't believe it would be 28. No. So yeah. I think it's just a very, very, very well taken 128.
Especially when you have the original carpet and something still.
Isn't that crazy? Awesome. I mean, that's the first thing that gets shot, right?
Yeah.
Look at these brakes, dude. You got to be kind of ready for them. Power brakes, and they work great. No pull left or right. Idle's nice. It's not going to be a powerhouse, but
no,
freaking, it drives nice.
Yeah, it does. It's just a nice cruising convertible.
Speedometer's going up nice and accurate. They did it.
Yep, kickdown works good.
That makes a huge difference,
yeah,
huh?
It does.
Yeah, good job, Riley. Got the kickdown working properly. That makes such a big difference.
Yeah, it's nice to have.
Here's your brakes again. I mean, this car is really ready for enjoyment.
It is, yeah.
Guys did a good job in the shop. Came in nice, but we still had quite a few things to fix.
Yeah, it's just a good quality car.
One thing is, Dalton, there's just a little click in the steering. Or, you know what I mean?
If you turn it really sharp
to the left. Just in here, which is just the plastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Old cars, old parts sometimes, right?
Correct.
But that's the only thing I noticed.
Yeah, good quality car. Get after one more time before we close it out.
Get after. You got to wait till you get up to about 50.
Then you can kick her down.
Then you can kick her down.
Yeah, we're rolling now.
I kind of over-exaggerated that one. Ah!
No, but this one you want to
It does kick down a little bit.
Yeah. Convertible, you don't want to go. You don't want to haul ass anyway.
That's 70. That was 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And look at this shit. What a nice car.
It is a nice car. Make sure you go to the website, coyoteclassics.com. Again, I'll put a link down in the comment section. I'll take you right to this car on our site with all the pictures and information, as well as decodes of the VIN and trim tag. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next test drive.